Hey everyone, Kimberly Kale here, and today I want to talk to you guys about being black in Japan. Before I went to Japan, I saw a lot of videos on this subject of usually black people covering this, so it was very informative to me, and maybe you might want to know about it too. I mean, I know there's a lot of other videos out there, but maybe you might come across mine. So let me help you from my experience of being black in Japan, I guess you could say. Discrimination, that's the big thing, right? People want to know, do black people get discriminated against in Japan? From my experience, I was never really discriminated against for being black. Let's see. I guess the only type of discrimination that I ever faced was not knowing Japanese, like that type of thing. But I don't think that was necessarily because I was black, but because I was gaijin, a foreigner. For example, this is what happened. Well, it didn't happen to me first. Happened to my friend who was in front of me in line at McDonald's. Yeah, I like McDonald's in Japan. Okay, I was a broke college student, and McDonald's really does support broke college students, even in Japan. Yeah, so she's black too. So right as she was walking up to the counter, like the person who's working there flipped the menu to the English menu, and like my friend was just puzzled. She was like, oh, and she's like really she's like fluentish to me compared to me. She really is. So I was like, oh, like it was a laughing moment. Her facial expression was hilarious. So I guess Japanese people, assuming that all gaijin don't speak an ounce of Japanese, it's kind of discriminating in a way, you know? Like, at least give us the benefit of the doubt that we might know a bit, you know, other than konnichiwa and ohayo gozaimasu, and tadaima okaeri, things like that. So, you know, those one-word sentences. Yeah. So that's really the only type of discrimination I ever faced of being black in Japan. But like I said, I don't think that was from being black. I think it's from being a foreigner in Japan. Let's see. You get stared at a lot. And if you have hair like mine, people are gonna get really, really curious, and they might want to touch your hair. And there's a lot of people that came up to me and said, "Oh my gosh, can I touch your hair?" And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Go ahead, go ahead." I mean, you don't see a lot of people with afros in Japan, with authentic afros that isn't permed. So yeah, a lot of people always touch my hair. A lot of people stared at me a lot, and I don't feel like you should get offended by this. I think it's just because you're gaijin. And maybe in this case, if you're black, you might get stared at a little bit more because you do stand out. But it really depends on where you're at. Like in Tokyo, people don't really say that much. But when I went down to Kansai, or when I went up to when I went up north, like Hokkaido area, I didn't go to Hokkaido, but like going towards that direction, Iwate Prefecture, when I went to volunteer, yeah, people did stare a lot. It's not normal. I mean, it's very rare to see like someone of my skin color or dark skin colors out there. Yeah, but I think the only way for you to get over this is just to be open-minded when you come to Japan, because I'm a very open-minded person. I don't really get upset about anything, and I question things, but I don't judge it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so when people stared at me, I wasn't really like, oh my gosh, is this staring at me? Like, I did get self-conscious sometimes, though, because I was like, I always get self-conscious while I was in Japan, because, you know, people do stare at me, so I'm like, dear God, if I have a bigger red nose, that would just, like, effing suck. Like, things like that. But, I didn't really care. I was used to it, and I already knew that was going to happen from other people telling me about their experiences in Japan. So, just so you know, if people are staring at you in Japan, it's not because, like, it's not anything discriminatory. It's just they're not used to seeing foreigners around. But if you're in Tokyo, I don't think that's... I mean, if you're in Tokyo, there's still a lot of people going to be staring at you. But foreigners in Tokyo are kind of normal, so it won't be as much or as hardcore as it would be if you're in the countryside. Dating? Oh, no, okay, guys hitting on you. Guys hitting on black girls. Being black in Japan for this. Okay, well, guys in Japan, they're curious about Japanese girls. I mean, about Japanese girls, meh, about foreign girls. In my case, being black, how they hit on me. Uh, oh, I like your hair, or I like black girls. I like hip hop music, things like that. Or this one case, okay, we're in a Harajuku, and we're just like drinking on like one of the sidewalks or something, because it's okay to drink and walk around in Japan. This guy was trying to talk to us, me and my friend who was black, and what's up, my nigga? He said the N word. He said that word. Okay, I don't want to repeat it. Yeah, and I was like, did he just say what I think he said? What? Like, for real? I'm gonna kick your butt, dude. Okay. I'm just kidding. I was gonna kick his butt, but I was really like shocked that he said that. I meant, I don't think that word is taken seriously in Japan. I mean, because you hear it in a lot of rap songs. And black culture is kind of big in Japan, especially like fashion wise, and music wise. So in movies. So I don't think saying that word meant anything to him. I thought it maybe just meant like, I don't know, maybe it was just something cool to him, whatever. So he tried to talk to me like that, and I was like, eh. But he walked away. He better have walked away, because I would have kicked him in the face. Just kidding. Let's see. Yeah, it's really just being black. Everything I have to say about being black in Japan. Like I said, everything that happened to me, most of the time, if it was anything discriminatory, it's not against me as a black person, but me as a foreigner in Japan. Yeah, we kind of all get grouped together. Oh, also, what do you call it? I meant, stereotypes of people are created for a reason, right? So people are going to assume that just because you're black, you like hip hop. Like, example, this guy's hitting on me. Or that, I don't know, maybe you like basketball. It was during club activities. I mean, like, orientation for club activities, people trying to, like, get you to come to their club and stuff at my school. I remember these girls on the basketball team approached me and Lauren, who is she's black too. It was like, join our team, and I was like, well, just because we're black? Like, it was really enthusiastic, like, compared to the other people they were asking. So I was all like, maybe people assume that all black people are good at basketball. Yeah, so what's I have with that? So that was my opinion about being black in Japan. If you're whatever, black, African American, and you're going to Japan, all I have to say to get over anything that's going to happen to you there that you might see as bad or whatever is just be open-minded about things, and just know that you're in a foreign country. Accept the rules there, or accept the culture. You can question it, but don't judge it, you know? So, yeah.